What's going on, everybody? This is Super Robot Ed, and today we have in front of you one of the reviews I have been nagging at to do for about a few weeks now, and that is to finish off the entirety of the Stunticon set, and that is none other than reviewing Legacy Deluxe Breakdown. And I've had my misgivings about this breakdown, and I still do, but you know, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. And it's not the designer's fault. The designers can only design what they can work with the money that they have. I don't think that they wanted to give us the same car mode as Wild Rider. I think they want us to give us that Lambo look. And you can't get a Lambo look on third party on this. There's no way. They basically have to make a new mold, which, hey, boy, if they do that, Hasbro, hey man, y'all gotta do what credit's due. But I still will give this a great approval. And of course, my man Vegeta is now going to be working with me on doing my videos. And if he holds his thumb up, that means it is good to go. So let's get on to the packaging. All right, and we're back by YouTube Magic real quick, and we're going to show off the packaging. Basically, this is the box that Breakdown comes in. Now, I know some of you are going to be keeping your boxes. I didn't keep these boxes, and I'll explain why. Basically, the way that the Motor Master box was created, you can actually put all of the figures in that box. Excuse me, I gotta raise the light here. I don't know why my lights balance out my lights. So basically, the box compartment itself, where Motor Master would fit, there's going to be those little cardboard on the top and the bottom. There are empty spaces. Basically, you can put the cars in there. And basically, that's why I'm only keeping the Motor Master box and throwing away the rest of the packaging. Because it's supposed to be thrown away anyway. Remember, it's recyclable. And on the back, you get the 15 stamps to transform. He is 4 of 5. So I don't know what's going on today. Get a new lens adapter. Now the camera wants to act all funky. But anyway, yeah. So pretty much that's that. And here are instructions. No instructions. Now, if you want to keep these, I do keep all my instructions because we know those instructions, but not Hashi-on. Those are here. And yeah, get to see a picture of him with that boomerang for a spoiler. My God. All right. We're just going to compare the two car modes. This is Wild Rider in the gray. As you can see here, it's Wild Rider. And of course, here you can see this is Breakdown. Now, the differences are slight as far as molding. Let's just go over those real quick. All right. So basically, you just have different molding on the sides, but basically it's still a Ferrari. There's nothing you can do to make this like a Lamborghini because it's not like you could take the parts off and swap out parts. There's no third party that's going to be able to just turn this into a Lamborghini. Okay, this is not. It's like a third party. Third party can't. This is already. It's not anything you could add extra. It wouldn't look the same. What third party would have to do is make their own mold compatible with the Hasbro stuff, and that might get Hasbro to wake up, or at least get the budgeters, the people that handle the money that goes to the designers, to say, hey, let's make it, go all the way through. Now, to play devil's advocate, of course, we know that a lot of Combiner Wars, mainly Wild Rider and I believe Dead End, and Combiner Wars and Unite Warriors had the same mold. And that's only because at the time, Combiner Wars was going for something slightly different. That's why we got, you could pretty much say 5 distinct modes. But other than that, they're pretty much identical. The transformations are identical, except for at the bottom, the chest. I think the feet are different. They got the holes here in the feet. But other than that, everything is the same. The chest is different. The head's going to be different, of course, but everything else is identical. Like I said, I'm not going to really be upset with them now that I think about it. I mean, we had the expectation that they were going to do, and of course, because he comes with the spoiler, he only comes with 1 gun instead of 2 like they do. We were under the impression that they were going to make all 5 of them different since they were showing us that, but apparently they did not. All right, and so I'm going to bring out Unite Warriors Breakdown, and just to show off a little bit of a difference. So they were very faithful to G1. as far as coloration in the Unite Warriors version, Slade has that kind of like that off. This is more like a cream, very light cream color versus this being just kind of a almost dirty white. You know, he should be this color actually in this color, but it varies by animation and by how well things look on your TV. And I will say, I don't have anything against, again, Unite Warriors or Combiner Wars, but it's just after he gives us, I'm gonna get to that to the end. But pretty much, you know, they do the same thing. It's got the same hood, you know, it's the same basic premise, but they tried to make this look more like maybe like a futuristic Lamborghini or Lamborghini-esque, where Hasbro, you know, this was the swan song. Instead of they should have gave us the Lambo, but hey, you know, again, it didn't happen, so it is what it is, but it's just kind of sad. But I'm not going to do transformation on screen. If you want to see the transformation for him, just go to the video for Wild Rider, which I'll link to, and then you can see the transformation. I'm going to do it off screen. The next thing we're going to do is put him in the robot mode and compare, and then we're going to do the big thing, which is the Minosaur. And we'll be back in 2 and 2. All right, we're back by YouTube Manager. We have Breakdown in his robot mode. Then go over Articulation, but it's the same. The only difference is now when I cut the spoiler on mine, I didn't cut it perfectly, so it's not exactly, you know, it puts itself together when it's time, but right now it's just off. So for what I did, I cut it, and, you know, I'm gonna take it off because I want to show you with the articulation. You know, he wants full range of the leg here. The spoiler would be in the way, so it'd probably hit about right there. Okay. You know, if you're worried about articulation, you can put the spoiler halves in the front. You know, you can do it any way you want. You can do it that way. You can do it this way. I think this way is kind of cool. You can flip it around, do it that way, whichever way you want to do it. But I was just putting them on the front just to be dumb like that. And, you know, I just think it looks kind of different. Looks kind of cool. Everything is the same. Arm articulation, everything. The only difference between him and Wild Rider is the molding of the chest, the slight molding in the back of the legs, and the head. And just to bring them in and show you side by side, yeah, they're pretty much the same. Like I said, except for the chest. You know, with the chest. And let me just brighten this up for a second so you can see. Yes, I know the surface is not flat for some reason. We got to work on that. We're gonna get like a better matte. You know, I could have brought my you know, I could have brought some. I just ain't had time. So as you can see here, you know, the differences in the molding and everything like that. It's just, that's it. Everything else is the same. The arms are exactly identical, except when we get to the back here, as you can see, the molding of the legs. Again, let's try to make it look more Lamborghini-esque, where this is more Ferrari, but it's the same mold, the same toys. All right, so just to give you an idea of what you're dealing with before y'all get mad and want to fight me. Gonna bring that back down. Okay, maybe 4. It's probably 4 is a sweet spot. I had it at 4.5. But you can see there, they're the same. And then we're gonna bring in the Unite Warriors breakdown. And like I said, it never cut it, but is what we had because that's what we were given. And this is better than this. I don't know what everybody sees in this, but I'll explain that when I get to my Minosaur video. Let me get in focus real quick so you can see what I mean. Even the head sculpts, man, this is more refined. This is, you know, this was a combination of, you know, this was to make a quick buck. This was to try to fix the problem that this had. And I know a lot of people are not going to be happy about that, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? And so the next thing we're going to do is show off the leg transformation, and then we're going to give our final thoughts. All right, we're back by YouTube Magic, and before we do the final thoughts, I wanted to show off the leg mode. So I've taken off the leg from the Minosaur body, and of course you can see this is the, I guess you would say it's his right, our left, and we're going to do a transformation. But first things first, I'm going to show you where the gun goes. So you see this little part right here And you can see it, that's the gun. And then on the bottom here, you see this like groove thing there. And basically what you want to do is put that underneath and just peg it in. And then there's the storage, and pretty much he'll still roll a little bit. Like on this surface, he probably won't, but you know, it's in there. And so you know how to get this. It's the same as Wild Rider. It's just on the other side. And basically you just want to kind of lift this up and just kind of get this about right there. And that's going to be the stopping point. And of course, there's the peg parts right there. And basically they just peg on to here. And just to show you, see how that slides in and out. You just kind of peg it in. I know some people said they had a hard time getting theirs off. WD-40 is your friend. And voila, you now have the leg mode. And just to make sure it's all the way in, because these parts, if they are not out, and it's just going to look weird. But there it is. It's the leg mode, and there's going to be the final thoughts coming up after this. Let's go. All right, and final thoughts. So basically, despite what happened with this figure as far as the alt mode, I'm glad we have him. I mean, you know, I still think his colors are slightly off, but I don't really have any issues with the figure overall. Now that I have him in hand and everything is complete, I've made my own modifications. I don't really care about anything else after that. I still think that the figure could have been, they could have done the Ferrari mode. I don't know what Hasbro was thinking. It's just, I still don't get it. And I'm not going to blame the designers for it. Like I said, they had to deal with what they had to deal with. So let's not get on the designer's case. This is clearly budgeting money. And, now we get to see how that is. And I think that there's no third party that can fix it. The only thing that's really can be done is a spoiler. You can't replace the windows in the front. I mean, there's nothing. I mean, even if you got an add-on kit, I mean, I know that, and I know they did that a long time ago with like Cliff Jumper. That Chug Cliff Jumper that was the first thing, Fans Project Upgrade, where he got the extra shoes, and I think the spoiler, and then he got the big giant gun, and how much that thing costs. And I mean, would you need to buy it when Hasbro's made two different Cliff Jumpers? I don't think you need to buy that, but that's an example. A third party could do that, but the windows are still going to look the same. The side windows are going to look the same, so you really can't get the Lambo look from this because it's just not there. What's going to have to happen is a third party will have to create. What they probably could do is make a brand new figure, and whoever does that gives it a proper Lambo look and don't make it look too stylized from the look of the other Stunticons that Hasbro made, they're going to make a lot of money. They're going to make a lot of money. So I'm not giving anybody ideas. I'm just telling you that's where it would have to go. Other than that, it's just going to be a couple of modifications that aren't going to really mesh well when it goes to transform. With that being said, I'm not too upset about it like I was in the beginning, but at the same time, it's still, I just think it could have been better. I just think it could have been done in a way, that, the third party's probably somebody in third party's going to realize that, hey, we could just, they're going to do it, Hasbro. That's the problem, Hasbro. You're not paying attention to your market. And I understand you had to take, this is a set you should have took a chance on. Because think about it, you're selling it in overseas in a box set. This is a set, and he never should have got the shaft, especially in this set when you were doing so much with the other vehicles. So, I'm not blaming the designers. I'm blaming the people that handle the budget, and whoever at the top just feels like, oh, it doesn't matter because you're putting them on the back. You know what I'm saying? It says a lot about how you feel about the consumer. That's all. I'm not here to really get mad about it. That's just how I feel. But other than that, it does what it does. It's still an outstanding figure. It still has the molding, it has the presence. I still like it. I still think it's better than Combiner Wars and Unite Warriors. But when I get to my Minosaur video, I'm going to lay in on some things. So if you are completing this set, you have to get this. It's a no-brainer. Until other things come out, there's a lot of mods you can do. Cutting the spoiler is probably one. Because I just don't know what to do with that. I don't know what to do with that. And I mean, I'm not blaming the designers. I understand now. Like, I get it. I understand now. And we should too. It's somebody at the top that doesn't know. They just don't know. And just like, no, we're not gonna. If it's gonna cost this much, we're not gonna do it because we don't have the money for it and it's not in the budget, and we're not gonna take a chance. Even though with this set, that's not gonna be anybody's setting because you need all 5 to complete it. It's not. They're not going to sit. Combiner Wars didn't sit. Yeah, certain characters sit, but the Combiner Wars did not sit. It's just be for real. Maybe the characters that weren't combining sat, but even the off-roads, the rooks, man, try to get them now and see how much you're going to pay for it. So, no. That's it. That's all I got. Get Breakdown and complete your Minosaur set and have a ball. Until then, it's the Super Robot Ed. We'll bring you more news and reviews. Until then, bye-bye.